Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. This is your host, River Foxen, and in this episode I've returned back to Limsa Lominsa because it's time to do our next class quest. And actually, hopefully by the end of this episode, we will convert from Arcanist to Summoner. So first, let's talk to Tubergeim here and see what she has in store for us. Sinking Doesmaga. So let's see, we're going to get a new book, spell, and we can choose for some gear. Anyway, let's go. I've been expecting you, River. As ever, Clyhea's predictions prove accurate almost down to the moment, and her mind is especially sharp with such a dangerous confrontation in the offing. The Yellow Jackets have contacted us with word of Doesmaga. It appears his merchant vessel is presently anchored off the coast of Bloodshore. Once the pirate's business there is concluded, rumor has it that he intends to embark on an extended voyage to the east. It will be some time before he returns once more to Limsa Lominsa. If we pass up this opportunity, Clyhea will lose her chance to settle the score with Doesmaga, and we risk the Foreseer stumbling once more into blackest melancholy. Simply getting close enough to Doesmaga will prove difficult. Clyhea has, however, already formulated a solution and has set her grand strategy into motion. Your first task in this undertaking is to travel to Costa del Sol and deliver this set of directions to a fisherman by the name of Realzern. More instructions will be forthcoming. Alright, so we're going to Costa del Sol, and I don't think I've actually been there yet. I mean, yeah, it's definitely unattuned. Luckily, I believe we can take ferry. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Costa del Sol, named after the beach resort in Final Fantasy XIV. I believe it is also a beach resort here. Alright, so where is this guy? He's up north on this beach. Oh, that was the wrong button. Yeah, that's him over there. Yep. What is it you want, lass? As you can see, I've me hands full with me fishing. Here you go. Ah, thanks for that. I've been told to expect you. Here, you're to take one of me herrings and deliver it to the cook, Opalona. Alright, so now we're heading back down. Well, while I'm here, I should attune to the Aetherite. So let's go do that. Talk to the Chocobo stabler. Chocobo keep. People like to dance here. Yes, and how might I help you? Master Gegaruju is expecting his supper any moment now. Here you go. A fresh herring? Why, the master does enjoy a bite of broiled fish of an evening. This might even earn me a few extra coins for this week's wages. Well, you have earned yourself one of my homemade eel pies. I should tell you, though, your Arcanist colleague was quite insistent that you take the pie to Master Gegaruju rather than scoff it down yourself. Alright, so this has obviously been arranged by Clyhea. She's been planning something. And as usual, her plans are a bit convoluted. This guy. And what brings you to my, and I use the term facetiously, humble abode, dear madam? Such a heavenly aroma. Are you perchance carrying an eel pie about your person? How commendable that you should research the delicacies that tickle my fancy before daring to intrude upon my most ponderous of ponderings. Speaking of ponderous, well, I was speaking of it at least. I have a hefty purse of gil to persuade you to relinquish your claim on that pastry. All right. One moment, if you will. I have been instructed by a Mealvan's Gate assessor to hand over this message to whoever delivers an eel pie to Master Gegaruju. Take the purse you received from Master Gegaruju and hand it to the dancer Aldgith as she prepares to return home. Clyhea. Alright. I don't know how this plan works. Maybe it's going to be explained before long. Anyway, there she is. Aldgith. Yes, if you're looking for a dancer, then I would first see your coin. I have 3 children to feed and no time to waste on idle chat. Alright, here you go. Oh my, that is quite a purse. My precious darlings will eat like kings this week. And such a simple job as well. I was told to expect you, you see. In return for the coin, I am to give you these. The leather satchel is from your Mikote friend, and the pareo is from me. That last item you are to deliver to Drogo, the warehouse foreman. Alright. Okay. There you are. I ain't got time for the likes of you. If I don't get me work squared away soon, the master will have me out on a pike. You got summit for me, you say? Yep. Here you go. Hey now, ain't this Aldgith's pareo? That Mikote last said someone would be bringing me a gift what I couldn't refuse, and stick me with the pitchfork if she weren't telling the God's own truth. Here, you're supposed to have this bottle of wine. Take it to the Flying Shark and pour a cup for the sailors what are drinking there. That's what you told me to tell you, Annie Road. I'd watch me back if I was you, though, lass. Them sailors are the meanest bunch of cutthroats I ever did see. Alright. Sailors, eh? Wonder if that's the pirate crew. Are they the ones partying with the dancing girls over there? Looks like it. Hey, buddy. Got something for you. You want me to taste your wine, eh? Well, now, I ain't one to pass up free grog. Here you go. Lim Lane's Teats. Now that's a bloody fine drop. If we ship this stuff to the east, we'll be selling bottles by the crate. You're coming with us back to the Morning Star. The captain will want to have a word with you. I guess so. There's a good lass. And for you, Miss Dancer, you stick close to old Herskrat. It gets damn cold on them long sea voyages. Heh. Shh, we'll talk later. Alright, gotta talk to him again, I guess over by his ship. This place is a little confusing. Seems to imply that he's off this way. Oh, I see. It's, Oh. Oh, it's at the end of that pier. Well, take the short way. Alright, and we're gonna have a fight here. What does Claia have to say? Push now, River. Make ready, and I'll need that satchel you received from Aldgith in a short while. Alright, let's go. You ready then? We'll be off as soon as the boat's loaded. Proceed. Ah, fine grog and a fine woman. The captain will be pleased with this haul. Pray, do not stare so. This was the most expedient method of gaining access to the ship. I will take that satchel from you now. You may have it back after I take the items I need. Hey, what mischief are you two about? I was merely borrowing some clothes. You wouldn't wish me to catch a chill from this brisk ocean air, would you? You'll be dancing yourself warm once we get you on the ship, lass. You better slip off that ratty robe before you meet the captain. Of course, of course. I'll be happy to show him the performance that awaits. The bitch Admiral's lapdog. Come back for that lesson, have ya? It is I who shall be teaching this day. My lecture will focus on the manipulation of reality through applied strategy. Enough of this damn yapping. By the time I'm done with you, you'll remember who your real master is. River, this geometry will turn the tide of the battle. Fight, you worthless sea slugs. I ought to keelhaul a lot of you. You rabid little cur. Our numbers matter not. It is strategy that will win this battle. Prepare yourself, Doesmaga. With your defeat, I will cast off the shackles you have closed on my soul. You think so, eh? Think your fancy magics are a match for my blade? You got another thing coming. Your brutalized crew is not up to the task, Doesmaga. I calculate our odds of victory at 99%. So you can handle a few deck scrags. The axe will carve your pretty plans into bloody ruin. There we go. Doesmaga now faces defeat. He will flee to the starboard rail. Obvious. Next comes his attempt to escape into the sea. You think you're pulling me strings, do you? Think I'll dance to your tune? Well, I ain't falling for your bloody tricks. It is at this moment he notices the yellow jackets I had you summon in my explicit instructions to Realzern. You were a fool to return, Doesmaga. I hear you're fond of shackles, so we brought a set especially for you. Thus concludes today's lecture. Thank you, River. This strategy would not have succeeded without your flawless execution. Which suggests that my tactics yet require more work. One must allow for some small deviation in performance. I believe, however, that I now understand where my calculations went awry. It is not enough to wish to shape reality. One must also have a complete understanding of the reality one wishes to obtain. It is time I sought out our guildmaster. Pray convey to Mistress Tubergheim my fondest wishes and my appreciation for all that she has done for me. The true test of my strategies now begins. Alright, and now we have to report to Tubergheim. So we're going to head back to Limsa. Welcome back, River. There is much I would ask you, but first, may I have the satchel you received during your assignment? Alright. May I have the leather satchel you received during your assignment? There you go. The original owner needs her costume back, you see. I'll make sure everything is returned safe and sound. Now let us speak of Clahia. I am glad to know that she has finally freed herself to pursue her heart's desire, and you are to thank for awakening the Foreseer to her self-imposed fetters. The brilliance of Clahia's strategies served to blind her to her own feelings. and it pained me to see her suffer so. Your example may even encourage Clydea to improve her combat abilities, although such will surely come in time. After all, she intends to study under the Guildmaster's direct instruction. Imagine those two obsessive Arcanists and the complexity of the tactics they will develop. It may very well be that your actions in bringing them together will prove the catalyst that sparks a new era of invention in the art of Arcanima. You too should look to the improvement of your discipline if you are to keep pace with all that is certain to follow. To that end, I offer you a new technique, one that allows you to affect a wide swath of the battlefield and drain the life force of your foes. Alright, so let's see, what are we going to pick here? We can pick that. Yeah, it looks like going with the chest armor is the way to go. Learned Bane. Alright. So, hold on a second. Let me try this on. A couple things I need to try. Hold on. Character. So we got a new book. I'll put that on. And then we got new armor. Oh, that's an interesting look. I mean, the design isn't so bad, but the colors are a little much. Oh well, that's what it is for now. I did kind of decide that I was going to avoid using glamours. I haven't unlocked them yet anyway, but so sometimes the armor is a little interesting looking. Anyway, this is where I'm going to end this episode, so if you enjoyed this Let's Play, be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell icon if you're so inclined, and I'll see you later.